Hi, and welcome to Have a Chat. It is Monday again, and we are so excited to be here with you today. I'm Veronique Arsenault, your host today, with my fantastic, stunningly beautiful co-host, Judy Loja.
I ran out of money to pay her for these compliments, so I'll just say thank you and back at you, and happy to be here with you, Vero.
I know, I'm glad to be back. I was away last week.
Well, you're a busy girl. We all have different things in our plate, but we try to make this show work the best we can with at least two of us on set.
That's
it has to be.
Yes, well, and work took me out of town last week, so it was a busy week. But
welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, and the sun's shining.
I know, but it's gonna snow.
I know, but we can't use that four-letter word.
I know. I'm horrified that it's gonna snow already.
Yes. Shh.
I know. So I have the quote today.
Good. I love to hear your quotes.
Yes, I have the positive quote today.
Alrighty.
So create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe.
Mm-hmm. I have not heard that.
I know.
Maybe you wrote that where I see it's anonymous.
Yeah,
You're holding back, Veronique?
It was me.
Create the highest, grandest vision. Okay.
Yeah.
I always try to up my game. You know, there are things that I have on my to-do list.
Yep.
I don't ever want to have a bucket list.
No.
It means you're going to kick the bucket, right?
No.
So I don't call it that. I just call it my to-do list.
Yes.
And I always have little projects in my mind that carry me forward and make me, I think, a better person eventually.
Yeah. I agree. I don't have a bucket list either. I don't like that idea that I have to do this before I die kind of feeling.
No.
So, you know, and I've talked about it before, I set out this year to do things with people I love.
I know you have.
Yeah,
You're
so it wasn't like I want to get this, you know, I need to try this. It was just really...
But bottom line is don't just stagnate and be lazy.
Yeah.
Pick up and do something that's going to make your life feel exciting or worthwhile. At least one big thing in your life that you can look back on and say, I accomplished that.
Yeah, and I think too, the more you think about, you know, exploring and pushing yourself and you know, getting out of your comfort zone, as we always say.
Totally.
The more you get to experience.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
And no matter what that is, I mean, it could be, you know, it could be anything, really.
Bungee jumping. Let's do it.
No.
So I have a thought-provoking question for you.
Okay.
The viewers love it because it gives them a chance, as we've said before, to get their minds kind of going. And it's a Monday, and we have to make ourselves quite perky to be on the show, where we've had busy weekends.
Yes.
So, Vero, do you want a fun one or a more thoughtful, deep one? Or I can do both.
Do both.
Do both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then we can talk about it.
Let's do the easy one first.
Okay.
All right. What product would you stockpile if you found out it was not going to be sold anymore? One thing.
Toilet paper.
Last thing on my mind.
Totally toilet paper.
I was thinking potato chips.
We stockpile it now.
You know what? Didn't even cross my mind. Yes. It's potato chips. Gotta have the chips. You know? Yes.
No, I'm worried about the other end.
Okay, I'm really glad that you're thinking practical.
I
thinking selfish.
I will help to provide for you. As long as you share your chips, I will provide you with toilet paper.
As long as I have my leaves in the forest, and my chips, I'm quite content.
No.
All right, Vero.
No.
On a more serious note.
Yes.
If you could ask any question to any person, which they had to truthfully answer, who and what would you ask?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, again, for the viewers to think as well, if you could ask any question to any person which they had to truthfully answer, who and what would you ask?
That's a really tough one.
It is. I can go. My first thought when I was looking at that question was probably Oprah Winfrey, and where she's a billionaire, well, that's beside the point. She's a billionaire because she earned her way up with extremely huge accomplishments in her life. One would you say was the defining moment, Oprah, that made you feel that she's the it girl? She's one of the most famous women right now in the world, right?
That's a good one.
But she's seen and done and been part of so many things in her life that if she could only pick one thing to talk about and be truthful about it, what would she tell me?
Interesting. Yeah, I find that fascinating. I have two then, I guess, in that vein. I'll tell you though, my initial knee-jerk thought was to ask my parents if they're truly proud of me.
Oh my God, there's no question.
No, I know they love me. There's no question. I know they love me. But you know, it's have I made them proud?
Of course. course. Well, you want to ask them, not me.
Yeah.
I want to say they better say
Yeah,
yes.
well, they say it anyway. But if I'm
that's
thinking
nice.
if I'm thinking along those lines, kind of, there'd be two: Barack Obama and Nelson Mandela.
Oh, okay.
Barack Obama. There'd be two questions I'd want to ask him. What was his proudest accomplishment in office,
Yes.
and what was his biggest regret?
Okay, good.
And then Nelson Mandela, I would want to know how he was able to forgive those that tortured him for all those years.
Both excellent questions.
Yeah.
I think I would ask Donald Trump, who does your hair?
Oh my God.
I would.
And who glues it on
and
me?
how do you do that every day? Okay, it should not be saucy. Do you have anything for me?
I do. Mine are light.
Okay.
Yeah,
Light.
mine
They
are
better
light.
be light.
Okay. So if your pet, so we were talking about Diva off the air.
My girl Diva.
Yeah, your little darling. If your pet could talk, what would she say to you?
I love everybody in this house, but I love you by far the
Of
most.
course.
You are my female friend.
That's right.
I'm the only other female being in the
That's
house
true.
besides
That's
my
true.
girlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would, she's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
And I know she loves me the most. But I have to reaffirm that.
I don't blame you.
Do you have a serious one for me?
No, well, it sounds light, but it's actually it talks a little bit about delves a little bit deeper into your personality.
Oh dear.
Would you describe yourself as a good loser when playing cards or board games?
Yes, I don't play cards, but I have. Unfortunately, I'm the best loser you're ever going to meet. I don't take things seriously enough. Like I'm
But you're competitive, though.
Not really, Veronique. Not really competitive person. I laugh at myself when I lose. I can't help it. And if I lose really bad, it's even funnier to me. I'm a very good sport. Like I'm a very good sport.
Yep.
If I bowl and every ball goes down the gutter, I'm belly laughing.
Okay
I can't help it.
Yep.
And it could be the team relying on me, and I still don't give a heck. I'm just going to laugh because it's not my thing. So cards and board games,
But just anything.
I'm more challenging with board games. I want to win at Scrabble, and I usually do.
Yeah, that's because you're smart.
That's because I'm pretty smart. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm much the same.
You don't worry about it if you lose.
No, I
Nah,
don't really care.
Just a game.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
how-
I will say, though, if I do win, so we had a rock, paper, scissors tournament championship at work for a team building activity. And I was pretty excited, and I haven't let him live it down since.
you won.
I did.
Yeah.
I beat one of my colleagues, and I haven't let him live it down since.
Don't ever.
No, I
Good
don't
for
play.
you.
Yeah, I'm kind of a sore winner, but I'm a much better loser.
I'm unfortunately an amazing loser, so no one wants me on the team.
I love it.
So we have events to cover.
So much going on.
And so
As
much
always.
that's happened recently
As always.
well. Get these cheap little glasses on. It's almost Halloween. I'm getting ready.
Well, I'm with you. So much happened last week in the last number of days.
Yes.
And coming up, it's hard to know how to fit everything in, really.
Prioritize.
Yep.
You have to have a schedule, agenda.
Yep.
Family first.
Oh,
House,
yeah.
house can wait.
Oh, the house has waited.
Yeah. So the Miramichi Chamber of Commerce held their 20th annual Business Awards Gala this past Thursday at Tyrus Infinity Center. It was an honor to MC that event. And as mentioned last week, I want to repeat those who were the wonderful winners of all of these prestigious awards. Mark Donnelly. He won the Newcomer Business Award. Jim Gertrude, the Jerry Cormier Memorial Award.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Tammy Scott, Employee of the Year.
Yes.
Jeff Cox, the Business Award of Excellence. And last but certainly not least, Marianne Hashi for the President's Appreciation Award.
Well, and Marianne was the first president of the Amalgamated Chamber of
I
Commerce.
know, that, and it's quite a thing to be able to say that.
I know. She's had an incredible career and life, really.
Powerful woman.
Yes.
Independent woman.
Yes.
She will stick to her guns, and I love that about a person.
Yeah.
She holds her own opinion.
Very much so.
And she's strong on her opinion.
Yeah.
And usually it's a very good opinion.
Well, and she's incredibly, brilliant and knowledgeable and gifted.
Yes.
And yeah, she's had a remarkable career here.
I was so proud for each and every one of them.
Yes.
So congratulations again on those awards.
From all of us, for sure. That's wonderful. Something coming up, very exciting. It's happening on the 10th of November.
Okay.
So it's the third annual
Yes.
James M. Hill Alumni Wall of Fame Gala.
Right. Third.
So you were an inductee last year.
Yes, I was the only female, actually.
Yes, and so that's coming up on Saturday, November 10th at 7 p.m. Now, it is a wonderful list of incredible people who are being honored this year. Blake Lynch, Kim Harris, Dr. Gerard Loge.
I know him. I think I should go.
I think we should probably all go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You more than anybody.
Yes, I think I'll go.
Yep. And then Brian and Jeff Kingston.
Yes.
So incredible congratulations to everybody on that list. And it really is a testament to what they give back to the community in each their own way.
Yes. And there are so many nominations every year because we have a whole city full of people that do wonderful things.
Yeah.
So the committee has to come down to why this person over that person, and then the other person might, that was nominated and didn't get it this year, will down the road.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's incredible.
It's a beautiful night.
Wonderful.
The tickets, Vera?
Yeah, so the tickets, they're $30,
That's good.
and it's at the Rod Miramichi. Silent auction is at 6 p.m. meet and greet as well. Dinner starts at 7. Now, all of the funds raised go towards the James M. Hill alumni projects.
They've done so much.
They've done incredible things with the school.
What can we say? Where would we begin with the alumni?
I know.
For example, helping with all those new theater seats at James M. Hill, which are beautiful. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
for
and
that.
the library revamped,
Oh,
like
that's
the learning. I
amazing.
can't remember the learning annex. I think they call it.
Yes, but I can't believe it's the same school I attended with that
know,
room. They've done such a job on it.
It's true. Yeah, so it's really amazing what the Alumni Association's done over the last number of years. Sarah Russell was the original president, and now I believe it's Cheryl Sprague.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so really it's quite amazing.
And Kim Harris, I do believe, was that was her baby. She brainstormed that whole event, so she's being honored this year, and rightly so.
She's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, Kim's a good friend, so
She's
I'm really
a great girl.
I'm really thrilled for her. So you can get tickets at Kinder Tots or Volunteer Miramichi or from James M. Hill alumni.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hope to see everyone there.
I know, it's going to be quite the night. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
The whole family's coming out for that one.
That's beautiful.
I know, we're excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, on another note for events, because it's the time of year, people,
So much.
it's fall, things are winding down a little bit now with all the summer stuff gone. Something to look forward to. It's the We Will Remember Remembrance Day dinner, theater, and song. And that is going to be held on Sunday, November 4th. With, supper beginning at 5 p.m. at the Beaverbrook Kin Center, which is located at 360 Newcastle Boulevard. There are going to be plays written by Johannes, better known as John Bosma, and directed by Chris Matheson.
Oh.
These plays are going to be entitled The Choice, Flanders, and The Letter.
Wow.
Music's going to be presented by the Villagers, Bob McCullum, Jimmy Lawler, Ian Craig, Gary Silliker, and Mary and Susan Butler. Tickets are only $35, which I think is awesome for that whole
Because you get dinner with that.
Yes, dinner. Yeah. And you can reserve those by calling Susan at 622-1780.
Amazing.
It's going to be a nice evening out.
Yeah. My God, you know what? There's never a dull moment.
Well, Romeo Dallaire is coming too, and that's basically sold out, is it not?
It is, yeah. It's next Thursday, November 1st.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing evening. Very
Yeah.
Maybe you want to touch on, your father can so well relate to this whole subject that he's going to bring to the evening.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, of course, Senator Dallaire, he's retired now, will be here launching Boots Africa 2020, Get Your Boots Dirty, that kind of thing with the schools in the school district,
Yes.
Anglophone North. And so, and then that evening he's going to be speaking to a sold-out crowd at the Rod. And it's a fundraiser in order to help those students go to Africa in 2020.
Excellent.
They're going to Rwanda. And it's interesting. I met Senator Dallaire years ago when he was my father was still with the UN full-time at that point, and he was in the Sudan. And Senator Dallaire was heading over to the Sudan, and Dad actually ended up giving him a security briefing at that time. But yeah, so it's Dad is still in Africa. He's in the Congo.
Yes, we worry about him. We think of him, but he's doing well.
Yeah, he's in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So he's keeping busy. He'd gone originally for 2 months. He's been gone now a little bit more than a year. So, yeah.
We just keep him in our prayers, and we're so proud of him.
Oh, yeah. And we try not to... We watch the news pretty much every day just to make sure that, we're
safe.
Yeah, that he's safe. And Dad calls every day.
And you think positive about it all the time.
For sure.
I just had a couple of things. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but I did want to, I guess I didn't bring it. That's okay. Flu season is upon us.
Yes.
And we know that there are so many people sick, whether it's the stomach, or the congestion, whatever, head colds. Everybody has something that I'm talking to. So just in order to avoid those bugs, I try not to go anywhere where there's somebody ill. Like my friend said, "Do you want to come with us to the Vogue on Sunday night?" And I said, if you're not feeling good. I don't want to. I'm sorry.
No.
Coughing and all of that.
No,
So
don't blame
try to
you.
avoid that. You wash your hands as often as you can with warm soap, with
Yeah.
warm water and soap.
Yes.
Or carry sanitizer with you at
Yes.
least. Because for every time you put your hand on a handle of a door, or you're exchanging money at the grocery store or the bank, you're touching someone's, you're passing back and forth those germs.
Yep.
I take vitamin C.
Yeah.
I take kind of an overload of it when I don't feel well, but I've been really healthy, knock on wood, and I take echinacea.
Yeah, I get the flu shot every year.
See, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
I get the flu shot every year.
Have you had it already?
No, I'm actually supposed to get it this Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's just been, it's just a yearly habit now that to make sure that, not because I think the flu is going to impact me as much, it's I don't want to be sharing it with anybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. But one quick thing in our last minute before
Sure.
we head out to break, Kevin Hines is going to be speaking at James M. Hill Memorial High School on Thursday, the 25th at 7 p.m. And he is a suicide survivor, storyteller, activist, and filmmaker. He survived a jump from the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, I'm going to that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going. It's free admission.
Free admission. I mean, really, you can't get any better than that.
He's an activist. He's a survivor. He's going to be the whole thing's to do with mental health. They're putting it on.
Yep.
The Mental Health Association, and again, it's at James M. Hill, which is on Henderson Street.
At 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. I think the theater will be fairly full. I'm hoping it's packed.
Yeah.
Because he's coming all the way to tell an incredible story.
Well, really, I mean, it's amazing that he, survived, and now he's sharing his story.
I've been on the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm thinking to myself, oh, whoa.
Yeah, incredible.
I want to hear the rest of his story, though.
Yeah,
I
me
know
too.
that he survived, but the in-between is going to be enthralling.
Well, and it's what you do with it after. Right?
And people, I know people that have been suicidal, so this is going to hopefully get them there to say there is a good end of the rainbow kind of thing.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So much going on here in the region, and if you don't live in the region, that's okay. Come on out and visit us. We're okay with that.
And if you're bored, Veronique and I, just call one of us. We'll take you.
You know what? It drives me insane when people tell me that they're bored here.
I can't. The word doesn't cross my mind.
No,
bored. I've never
neither.
been bored in my life. I don't think.
No, me either. All right, so don't go too far, and we'll see you right after the break. We're going to be joined by Heidi Ryder, our principal from James M. Hill Memorial High School. Grab a coffee and a little snuggle. We'll see you soon. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. I'm your host today, Veronique Arsenault, and I'm joined by my always wonderful co-host, Judy Loge. I hope you had a good snuggle. That's my new thing now on our breaks.
It's cold. You
Go
have to
have a little
snuggle.
snuggle.
You don't give them much time.
No, I know. It's only a 2-minute snuggle, but that's okay. So we are now joined. We had a great quick chat portion. We're now joined by a very dear friend and a real inspiration, actually, I'm going to be honest. Principal Heidi Ryder from James M. Hill Memorial High School. Welcome, Heidi. Thanks, girls. Good to be
Thanks
here.
for taking time to be here.
I know.
Always
Schedule.
find time for you.
Oh, that's great.
It's got to be a little chaotic, though, in teaching high school and being the principal of a high school.
It's a little busy. You never know exactly what's going to happen, but
Yeah.
we're used to it. So
Tell us a little bit about you for the people out there that might not know you. Okay.
I went to school, was born and brought up in Sunny Corner, so went to NSER. My dad taught there for 35 years, and Mom was an EA, so education is kind of in the background.
Yes.
And to keep it in the family, I married a teacher.
Of course you did.
My husband Gary is a teacher at NSEE, and actually he's at NSER this year. He switched schools. We have 2 kids. Andy is 12. Noah is almost 11.
Wow.
And we have a billet kid. We have a Timberwolf lives with us, 2 walkers. So
Oh,
we have
where's
a
he
full
from?
and busy household. He's from Bass River, in
Bass
between
River.
Rexton and Harcourt.
Oh, it's
so,
good of you to bill it.
Yep. So
Yeah.
he stayed with us all summer, so he's like our own kid now.
That's
Yes,
so
I got to know
nice.
Walker
So, yeah,
actually
so
through
we
the
have-
Irish
Yeah, that's
Festival.
right. Yeah. So we have 3
He
kids.
worked for us, yeah.
Dog and 4 cats and a full-time job and
Oh my, Heidi.
a few baseball teams and hockey teams and that stuff.
Unbelievable.
managing, and it's all good.
How long have you been principal of James M. Hill?
I was acting principal for 2 years, and then this is my first year as the real principal, I guess. Is the I don't know what the term is, the official principal. Yeah, so 3 years, I guess.
I was so proud of you when that was announced, and I knew that you had in you to do that job. I mean, everyone I talked to admires you, Heidi. They love how you operate with discipline and yet very fair to everybody and open and communicative and all of that stuff. Like, she gets a really good reputation as being an all-rounded principal.
I know. I agree. Talk to us a little bit. So there's been a big shift at James M. Hill in the last number of years, particularly around, school spirit, but really pride in the students themselves and being a Tommy. Once a Tommy, always a Tommy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Once a Tommy, always a Tommy. How did that come about? Like, why was that important?
Yeah, it was really a very intentional conversation with our staff. When I took over, we talked about what some of our challenges were, and one of them really was student attendance and student buy-in, and so we talked about how do you address that. Yeah. And we came down to the decision that it really was about making the kids feel connected to the school. So it went way back to a conversation about, some of the alumni who said, well, when we were in school, the only people who were connected or who were Tommies were the athletes, because they had the jackets and they had the...
yes, true enough.
So from there, we had a conversation about how do you make all the kids part of that culture and launch the whole Tommy Pride, not campaign, but sort of a campaign really on our behalf to make the students feel they were part of something bigger than themselves, part of that community. Yeah. And so out of that brainstorm came the first idea that we would get T-shirts for all the kids so that they at least had something to wear on Green and Gold Day.
Right.
And so I think Veronique, I know, has seen the video. Judy may have seen the video of the first year when we gave out those T-shirts and said to the kids, you're all now a Tommy.
Yeah. I love that.
In some way.
Because let's face it, some of those star athletes they feel the most prestigious presence at the school, if they're captains or whatever, and they've earned that spot. But somehow other people that aren't engaged in sports or in drama or in anything particular in the student life feel less than. Yeah. And you don't want that. You want everybody to be equal and to feel as special as they are, because one for one and one for all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's interesting, and I liked the piece actually with the shirts, because most particularly because we forget sometimes that not everybody can buy a new T-shirt whenever they feel like it, right? Or a sweatshirt or whatever it may be. And Green and Gold Day comes around a couple times a year.
Now it comes around many times.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. Yes, it does. Yeah. And so it's that you're eliminating that barrier, right? Which is so important at that age.
Yeah, it's not about the T-shirt as a physical thing. It's about the T-shirt as what it represents.
Right,
and
exactly.
What it symbolizes for us.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was at the River Bowl a couple of weekends ago, the football River Bowl, and to see it's also spreading to the other schools, because as I was sitting there, I was seeing, the painted faces and the T-shirts and the, all of the gear that students from different schools, MVHS and James M. Hill were wearing that day. And it was really that pride of, and it wasn't the rivalry like...
No, that we used to have. It's not nearly as bad, right?
No, it's not a negative against anyone. No. It's a positive thing about your own building, about your own school and what you're doing.
I thought that was amazing, really, because I'm very rarely around the students anymore because I finished teaching there in 2008, so I haven't... I think I was back...
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Oh, yeah, it was a long time ago now. It feels like 100 years ago. Because the students that I taught are now getting married and having kids.
Oh,
and I'm
That's what happens.
Oh, my goodness.
It makes you feel old.
I know. I know. But it was amazing to see the students feeling that and connecting differently.
Yeah, and they really have. The kids have bought in, and they call each other out now, too, if they're not wearing green and gold, or they're not showing pride, or that's not how Tommies behave, because it's become part of the language, part of the culture of the school, is that this is what a Tommy is, and this is what we expect of Tommies, and we're all Tommies. And
so you're seeing more acceptance amongst the students, acceptance for anyone who might be a little bit different, like maybe very introverted, they're being more welcomed, that type of thing.
Yeah, and the kids have taken it on. Like I said, we have a group right now, because we kind of went from Tommy Pride to Tommy's Give Back, which was last year's, and these are totally inadvertent themes. We don't come up with them, but when we look back, we think that's where we went. Yeah. Last year was kind of Tommy's Give Back, and then this year has been Find Your Passion. So kids are having a chance to explore ideas that are their passion.
Nice.
And we have one group that's really focused on mental health and inclusion, and that came from the kids. That was their they felt that that was where they needed to go.
Well,
And
you must
so-
see and know the amount of anxiety and depression that young people
Absolutely.
are going through. And the age group that you're dealing with are grade 9, which would be 14-year-olds roughly, to 17 going on 18 when they graduate. Crucial years.
It's incredible, and I know that there's been a lot of discussion around the mental health piece in that age group in the last couple of years, particularly more strongly, because it's been a tough couple of years for everybody. So it's interesting to see the students themselves take that piece now.
It is.
I'm proud.
They've channeled it in such a positive way, and the presentation they've created, actually, they ended up presenting to the superintendent, and as sort of a audition, they wanted to present to the deck.
Okay.
And so he thought it was great. They presented to the deck, and now they've been invited to the Provincial Deck Symposium.
Wow.
So it would be Kate Estabrook, Sarah McLean, and Sean Cummings, and Liam Quinn.
Oh, my.
And they're going over and presenting that
Incredible.
to the deck provincially.
Yeah,
So,
District
yeah.
Education Council, for
Yes,
those who don't
just
know.
going to say they might not know
Okay.
what that
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
District Education Council, which
so-
they're elected
Yes.
during municipal elections, right?
Yes.
So it's it's
So we
province-wide.
have our kids educating those
Wow.
elected people.
And
which
those
is-
4 young people are very stellar students. Plus,
Yes.
they're geared up towards helping the community. I know them as you do personally.
Yeah.
Couldn't see 4 better people taking on that job.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
spreading
and
the
they're
word.
they're one example, right? We've
Yeah.
got lots of Tommies
I
doing
know
all this
you
really
do.
cool stuff, and we're so proud of them. And when they do that
Leadership.
on their own, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, and the Alumni Association this year, so I got my little pin, so my James M. Hill alumni, and then my my T-shirt. I got my T-shirt for something that we had done over the year too. So it's fun. It's kind of moving out into the community.
Still
It
so
has
proud.
It has
Yeah.
moved out into the community a lot, and that's part of our Tommies Give Back, was to go out into the community more and make those community connections. And now, like, we last week had a partnership with Arbeck, so we took some kids up and they worked at their barbecue and they gave us some things. So
A lot of
it's
interaction.
a lot of interaction with community businesses and partners. And
Good
yeah,
for you.
it's really
So
good.
I'm seeing the positive lady here beside me having a positive influence as you are the principal. Let's just go to the school itself just for a few moments. What is your staff number?
We are about 45 teachers, and then we have about 10 custodians, 11-ish EAs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
librarian.
students.
Librarian, and then we have Cheryl and Karen in the office.
Yeah.
Can't forget Cheryl. She's the heartbeat of the building.
Always has been.
Yeah,
Guidance
always.
counselor 1 or 2?
We are staffed at 2.0 this year.
Okay.
We had always topped up to 2.0, and this year the district gave us the extra to top up to
thankfully.
2.0.
nice.
So
Good.
yeah, it's been great support
And needed.
from there.
And how many
Yeah.
students roughly?
I think we're up to about 550. We're up about 50 kids since September.
It's a
They
big
just
school.
keep coming. So
It's a big school.
yeah,
Do you have exchange students at this time?
we have 24.
Wow.
This semester.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, when I was
Yeah.
on a flight last week to Toronto for my sister's wedding, I think they were on board as well.
There was some kids that went up. Yeah.
Julie
Went-
McCormick was one of the
Yes.
leaders, and they were taking
Yeah.
Oh
on
yes,
a
of course I
tour.
saw that on
Yeah.
Facebook.
And I thought, who are all these young people? I feel so old. They were all young people getting on the plane, and she was one of the leaders, and they were going to see the CN Tower and do
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
things.
I saw
And
pictures
it's
of
great,
that.
and they're so involved. They're playing sports.
Yeah.
They're in drama. They're a great bunch of kids too.
What a thing to be able to do, host
Yeah.
all those people from various parts around the world.
Yeah, it's incredible. But Miramichi has always, not always, but has been the last number of years a real hub for
Yes.
international students coming to
I love it.
Yeah.
stay and live.
Yes. Oh, they
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
What an experience. I would
Yeah.
don't know if I ever would have done it myself. I don't have regrets about not doing it.
I
Would
don't
you
know if I
have?
could send my children,
No, I know.
especially the younger ones, elementary, middle school, to go
I
across the
know.
world. But
Yeah.
But they learn
Yeah,
the language.
they
They
do.
learn how to live in a small city like ours. That they might come from who knows what. I remember one young student was billeted here, and her home was Korea. And she was from a very well-to-do family that had actual guards outside their home, and there had been kidnappings where she came from. So when she came to Miramichi, it was her safe haven.
Yeah.
People were close. You know what we're like as a small city group.
Yeah.
Very heartwarming to see her embrace us the way she did, and not want to. She keeps coming back every year to visit.
Well, I've seen other kids, come in grade 11 and stay for grade 12
Yes.
and then
a
university
lot
and
now. Yeah, we've got a lot
Yeah.
of kids that come back, repeat customers. They come back a couple years at a time, and
it's amazing, eh?
So some of the things that people may wonder about is, are you finding, since you're doing all this, a better attendance rate for your students? I mean, it is a big thing to try to keep some of those kids coming back.
yeah,
Is it always the fight? Always an issue?
It's always an issue. There's always that core of the population that we're still not getting to, and we're still trying.
Yes.
We've come up with some other things the last couple of years. We started Tommy's 2, which is our alternate therapeutic setting downtown. So it's just a small number of students. We've got a teacher and a half and an EA. And it's just a different atmosphere, a different vibe. So for some of our kids, that's working really well. We're seeing some success.
Wow.
The kids that are there really like it. So
good idea.
Those are kids that wouldn't have been attending.
Right.
We've got some alt-site courses in the building. We've got flexible schedules. We've got personalized learning. So we're really trying to hit some of those other kids.
You certainly are.
But there's still some that
I know.
you just can't get.
You know what I find amazing, because I often see it in social media. That teachers have it easy. They, they have summers off and whatever. They're done at 3 o'clock every day. But I think and Heidi, you can speak to it more profoundly, but I think what people don't realize is, gone are the days 30 years ago when we all, went to school and we were taught a certain way, and there was no question that you listened to your teacher or the principal, and if you didn't, then, when you got home, it wasn't a good thing. Yeah. And now, when you walk into a classroom, I think, what is it, 22, the max student?
29
in a classroom.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, so you walk into a classroom with 29 students, and teachers are expected, with the same resources or less than they used to have, to teach each one of these 29 students in a different way, and to help mitigate the challenges that the students are having in their learning, in their home lives, in everything. And they're doing it with less resources and less support from the outside. I mean, of course, the teachers are all there for each other, but I think people don't really realize how tough it is to be a teacher these days.
Yeah, it's a very hard job because we've kind of become a lot of all things to all people.
Yeah.
So teachers are doing, mental health counseling.
That's true.
Teachers are doing all kinds of things that they really weren't
set out to do. Besides, the education is their priority.
Yeah. So it's not easy, but it's also probably the best job in the world.
Right.
And any teacher would tell you that.
Yes.
That all of these things at the end of the day are part of the job.
So rewarding.
Much reward. It's become what's part of the job.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Now, you're a very easygoing, personable lady like Veronique and I. Would you say you'd have to be pretty much a strong disciplinarian to have that role as principal? I mean, firm and fair would be the motto, but do you find how do you deal with that when it's really, kids in your face, at you and belligerent? Are you very calm, or how do you deal with that?
I am, because it goes back to that whole conversation we just had about how you're dealing with everything, because we know our kids really well, so we usually know where they're coming from.
Yes.
That's part of the benefit of having that relationship with the kids, is why so-and-so is probably having a bad day, or where the behavior
is coming from
and how to deal with it. So doesn't mean we don't get a little hot under the collar sometimes, and sometimes that's what they need too. Sometimes they need to know that we're upset, because then they know
you mean business.
That we mean business, because they don't see us that upset often.
No,
that's right. True.
So it's serious.
So it's serious. So they know that if we're calling them down and this is how it's going to go, then they probably really crossed the line.
No, it's a huge issue in discipline, because you cannot lay a hand on a child today or say the wrong word to that child. As in years ago, you could get the strap or whatever happened to you.
I know, the ruler on the knuckles.
But now it's no go, never.
Because it was about dealing with the behavior, and we deal with the student,
right?
With the person. So I think it's a whole different approach.
It's an important message.
Well, it's tougher to be a kid these days, I think, than when I was a young person.
They're dealing with so much that we never even. Social media has added a whole crazy twist that you could have 3 shows on.
I know.
Well, really, and I mean, as an adult, someone who's able to process my emotions in a certain way, I find social media tough on some days, because it's like, can you not just be human to each other?
Can you not be nice? That you don't have to, it just takes one sentence to ruin a whole person's self-image.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even intended that way.
No.
That's the thing we talk to the kids about.
Right.
It's the unintended consequences of what they do on social media.
Yeah.
Can be everlasting for that one person. Speaking of suicidal ideations, they could even be driven towards that. We've seen that happen.
Yeah. Well, my hat's off to you, Heidi, and what you've started to build on there. It's quite amazing to see from a community perspective. perspective.
I love my job. We have the best staff, the best kids.
Yeah.
Best school.
The best school. Yeah.
we just said that, we said it to every school. No, you do. You run a wonderful school with your beautiful staff. So.
Thanks. And I couldn't do it without them. We have a great admin team. Glenda and Kevin are fantastic.
Yes,
they are.
The guidance counselors, Kristen and Robin, are the best anywhere.
Yeah, agreed.
And then the staff is great. So
love it all.
Lots of help.
Yeah. Good job. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And to all of our teachers out there, we just want to thank you for all you do for all of our kids, every day, and it's just amazing.
An honorable profession, indeed. My mother's retired after 35 years.
Yeah. Mom too.
Long time ago.
Mom too. Yeah. Mom too.
We come from teachers.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's amazing. So, we really want to thank you, Heidi, for coming to share with us today.
Thank you.
I've long admired what's going on there, so I'm glad that we were able to.
You two are both big supporters of us, so
yeah.
you're part of the
Once a
Tommy
Tommy, always a Tommy.
Right. We couldn't do it without you.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks everybody. Don't go too far. We're gonna have another great guest in a couple of minutes. We'll see you right back after the break. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. I'm your host today, Veronique Arsenault, for our final segment of the day, and we are so excited to be here with my co-host, Judy Lozic.
Yes, I'm admiring her hair, Veronique. She's got the most gorgeous mane of hair. I envy it.
It's feeling like a little,
it's a hot color for fall, too.
I
love
heavy
it.
today.
So compliments on your hair. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you, Veronique. See, I paid her a lot on the break to say that because I was complaining about the hair on the break. But anyway, we hope you had enough time for your little snuggle and your coffee. We're back with Stacey Sutherland, and we're so glad to have you today. Thanks for joining us, Stacey.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, excited to have you come and talk about this exciting stuff.
I know, so tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Stacey Sutherland. I was born and raised in the Miramichi from Millerton, and I live there now with my husband of almost 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look 28?
No, well,
You can slide her an extra $5 on.
I'll pay you later for that one too. And we have two boys. Mitchell, who is almost 20, he's going to community college in St. John, taking fuels technician.
Good. Oh, wow. Good.
And our 15, almost 16-year-old son, Matt, is going to Miramichi Valley in grade 11.
Two great boys that been actually on our show before.
Well, I was just going to say
that.
Yes, they are quite the entrepreneurs.
For the clothing business.
They're great little workers for sure. No, the She Worthy company's 3 years old now.
She Worthy. Everyone's wearing those items that belong to She Worthy business.
I know. I was just telling Stacey off air. I just bought my fourth.
They're amazing. They're
beautiful. We love to hear that too.
Yeah. And not because they've worn out, but because I wanted another one.
Yeah. Well, the kids are getting new stock in every season, and so there's always new colors and new ideas, new concepts.
Good. Great. We'll have them back on the show someday. Those two boys.
I know. Yeah, I was at the food truck festival.
Yes.
And was frozen.
Them too.
Yeah. And so I got another sweatshirt.
Oh, good.
See how that can help business?
Yes, for sure. We love the cold weather to sell hoodies in.
Yeah, really.
Sure. Yeah.
So you're here today for another special reason, though.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm here today representing the Newcastle Rotary Club, and we are presently in the planning of our 6th annual Bags and Bubbles purse auction.
Wow, it's fun.
So, and we look forward to it. It is quite a fun night for ladies, and we try to bring the gentlemen aboard, but it seems to be a night just for the ladies, and that's okay. Girls need their night out as well.
Yep.
And it's happening this year on November 2nd. At the exhibition hall this year.
It's a Friday night?
Yeah, it's
Friday
a
night,
Friday
November
night.
2nd.
Yeah, doors open at 6 o'clock, and the fun and festivities start at 7.
Wow. Oh my.
Yeah, 6th annual.
6th annual, and this is my second year participating, and I'm actually co-hosting this, or co-chairing this year with Karen Howe, who would have loved to have been here today, but she's in Ireland on vacation.
Yes,
so,
for her. The nerve.
Yes, the nerve. So,
I've been there to all of them except last year I couldn't be, but I look forward to this so much.
Judy, you've always been a wonderful co-host for us, for sure. And this year you'll be co-hosting with Jerry Green.
Well, I've never actually co-hosted. I've only
you've
done
only
it by
hosted.
myself.
That's right too.
So Jerry will have to will be a great little
definitely be a
duet.
definite dimension, and we're all very looking forward
That'll
to
be
it.
different.
Yes,
we hope
for
so.
Sure.
Jerry Green and I.
Yes,
Look out now.
Well,
Judy's like,
they actually drugged me up there last year to co-host with them. And I had never done anything like that before in my life. I was nervous as can be, but he just made it so much fun.
He's very personable
and
a
wonderful
very
man.
active in the community and on the radio.
Yes.
These, I keep staring at these
I know.
bags,
I know.
Stacey, because tell us all about how this event works as far as this part of it goes.
This is okay. So I'm just going to show this one because I really love it.
I love it too.
This one is actually being donated by Judy for our event, and it will be in the live auction at the end of the night.
Can I have it back?
I know.
You might not want to hand it over.
Well, I buy things because I love them,
Yes.
obviously, and I think if I love them, hopefully other women will love them. So you don't just pick something that you think's nice that is somewhat appealing. I really pick something that I want to keep.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
I'm thinking about but I'm giving it.
Gorgeous.
And it's an Italian designed leather bag, and it's designed all genuine leather made in Italy, and the designer's name is Sigillo di Garanzia. So
How does it
beautiful.
work? So tell us what it looks like when we get there.
So this year we have, it's mainly part of 3 auctions. So there's a Chinese auction, which is where you buy the tickets by the arm length, or 3 for $5 or 5 for $10.
Okay.
And those go into the little bags, so you can bid on whatever you'd like silently.
Oh, yes.
Then there's also a silent auction as well. So the tables are set up with silent auction with lots of purses. We have donations from businesses all over the Miramichi this year. We have things like jewelry. We have baskets. We have a gift basket from Shoppers Drug Mart with almost $700 this year.
Wow.
We have guest purses, Michael Kors, Kate Spade.
Holy cow.
Local businesses have donated their purses as well. Scarves,
who would want to be
clothing.
there? Like, I want us to be there tonight.
I know.
Can we do it
I
tonight?
know. I'm with you.
Excited.
I'm with you.
I
It's
love
a lot of
handbags.
fun.
I love them.
It's a lot of fun. And then our third and final auction is a live auction, which will be done by Judy and Jerry this year.
Oh, is it now? I didn't even realize that. Oh, thank you for telling me.
Fun.
So he'll be the better auctioneer. I'll tell you that right now.
We'll put him up front.
Yeah, I'll be like Vanna.
Yeah,
I'll just have to put a bag over my head and walk back and forth with whatever we're bidding on.
Exactly. And during the night, we also have our famous dessert competition.
Oh, yes.
Which everybody really enjoys.
Yes.
So we usually get 3 companies in the Miramichi that will wonderfully donate
Yes.
beautiful dessert. This year we have Greens Catering. We have Carrefour Beausoleil. And we have Cake a Chance.
Oh,
Take a chance.
Yes.
So I used to own a restaurant. We participated the first 2 years.
No, you did.
Yeah.
It was yummy
yeah,
too.
it was very. My gosh, we had fun. Actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had fun in the kitchen.
Oh,
Lots
wonderful.
of people, women love desserts.
Oh, yes.
And so is it a surprise, a gift to vote on? The person, the business gives you the dessert, but nobody knows where it's from.
Exactly. Nobody
you have to
knows
vote.
who makes which one.
Right.
And they vote on what they like the best.
The best.
And then at the end of the night, we award a plaque.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
I thought it was just bragging rights, verbal bragging rights, but you actually get something.
It was in the
Nice.
past. This year we decided we'd have a little plaque.
I
that we
think
could-
that's
lovely.
really lovely.
Yes,
I like
exactly.
that.
And you're going to have a great crowd. I can tell you right now, I have women asking where, can they get tickets? So we're going to get it more into the event. But where right off do you get tickets?
So we have 4 locations in the Miramichi. We have Brookdale's
There's
Flower Shop. We have Town Hill Jewelry. and we have both the Newcastle and Chatham Scotiabank.
Okay.
4 wonderful places to be.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is a great shout out to those businesses for, for pitching in and being a drop-off location or pickup location for tickets because, it does take some administration as well. So it's a great donation on their part of time and effort.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it for sure.
And Town Hill and Brookdale's sell just about every ticket on the river.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Now this year we've concentrated a lot of our tickets to at the Scotiabank because they actually have a matching program. So they will match our sales up to $3,000.
Well, that's amazing.
Which is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
big thanks to them.
Exactly, especially this year because we have such a special mandate to where our money is going this year.
Yes.
So where is it going this year?
So this year, all our money raised is going towards the purchase of a lymphatic gamma probe for the hospital.
Lymphatic gamma probe.
Yes, and not a professional in the medical field, but what I do know is that one of the main things that it's used for is breast cancer detection, and we have a new surgeon that is replacing Dr. Edwards here on the Mare machine.
Yes, we'll sorely miss.
Exactly, we'll sorely miss. And his name is Dr. Mohammed Karoube.
Okay, yes.
And he's come from to us from Montreal.
Nice.
And when he was practicing in Montreal, this was one machine that he used, and he asked to have it put into the hospital. And we met with him through the hospital foundation. And he described the machine as helping with lowering the risk of invasive surgery and the
lymph nodes and all of that.
or the things that can happen after surgery.
Complications.
Complications,
Okay.
yes.
That's a very good machine to have.
And it uses dye to detect where the cancer is in the lymph nodes.
Okay.
Oh my.
And it can be used as well with prostate cancer. It has many other uses,
It's a
so
wonderful
it's a
idea.
phenomenal machine.
Well, it's amazing, to have, and we see that when doctors come here, or even our own doctors when they go for training in other centers, because I know Gerard goes out for training quite a bit, and they bring back that knowledge.
Oh yeah, and what's needed, what's required for that patient.
What they've used in other places, or what they've seen that should be used, and we benefit so much from that. And thank you to the Rotary Club of Newcastle for rallying behind this cause. It's amazing.
I think this is an amazing project, period.
Yeah.
Yes.
You and I carry the same roles, actually. We're both media chairs, myself with the Rotary Club of Chatham, and you are the media chair for the Newcastle Club.
I
It's a fun role. It's a busy role, though, isn't it?
It's a busy role, and I took it on about 4 months into joining the Rotary.
Of course you did.
So dive right in head first, do it 100%, right?
Yeah.
And I do love it. Yeah. It's, we've got a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page, we do lots of media with the radio stations and the papers and everything else. And have a chat is one of our forms for sure. So I do enjoy it.
And you must really enjoy the aspect of volunteer work, because Veronique and I, as people know, are very into volunteerism. And isn't it a rewarding thing to give of yourself to various causes without the need for monetary or any type of reward, just as a personal gain?
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons. When I was asked by Jerry Mahoney 2 years ago if I was interested in joining the Rotary, and so I went home and spoke to Blake about it, and both of us agreed it's time. Yeah. It's a great time to put forth, the effort of the physical effort, not just the monetary effort.
No,
and the time.
Well, and it's too. I mean, you have a business to run, and you employ people, and that's a really important piece that you don't always have the luxury of time and being able to give back in the ways that you would maybe like to. Yeah. But when you're able to, then you do. And we all have that happen.
It's true, though. You run Southern's Excavation, so you and your husband, and that's a big business on the river, and you were recipients of the Chamber of Commerce Award for Business in Excellence.
Yes, 2 years
Excellence
ago.
in Business. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. Plus, your sons are older, but you're still a mom.
Yes. Oh yes.
And you still have other things to do otherwise. So thank you for joining the Rotary Club. It means a lot to me to have another fellow Rotarian, and to Veronique as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, because of work, I've had to step away from Rotary in this last year, which has been tough for me because it was definitely something, I was there for 9 years, so I miss it.
A very valuable Rotarian, too.
Yeah, I miss it for
I
sure.
think it's one thing that you put your time in when you can.
Yeah.
And if you have to step back at a point in your life because of your work or, family commitments, you can. And then you can, there's always there for you with open arms,
So just before we head out for the day, because it's been such a full show, but where can you get tickets and when is it again?
So our tickets are available at the Scotiabank, both Newcastle and Chatham. It's also available at Brookdale's Nursery and Town Hill Jewelry.
I'm just looking at this. I'm sorry, but this drooly bag
that
here.
one does it for
this
you?
Coach bag's amazing. This one
guest bag.
It's a guest bag. Mine's the designer bag from Italy.
Yeah.
And this is an amazing color for fall.
I know, I love it.
It is what, Vero?
It's a guest as well.
And the colors are all different. So people have a choice.
Yes, and I also wanted to mention during the evening we also have 2 fashion shows.
Oh, right.
One put on by the Denim Warehouse and one put on by Town Boutique, Square Boutique.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so they're also a big part of our night, and the ladies always enjoy.
The best
having
part,
that
guess,
as well.
folks, how much the tickets are. Seriously.
They're $25 a piece.
$25. I'm going to say that's so little.
That's incredible.
For all of this.
Well, and you get dessert, right?
Yes, exactly.
25 bucks?
Tables can be reserved if you're interested in 8 people per table. You can reserve when you buy the 8 tickets as well.
How exciting.
I would like any of these.
I love them all.
Yes. I'm having a hard time. My spare bedroom's full right now.
Oh,
Donations.
You don't want to give it up.
No, it's beautiful. It's
It
going to be
is.
much more to come. Like you said, the whole room is going to be filled with various items.
And if you can't join us at the event and you would like to give towards the cause, where we are raising money towards the probe, you can contact me or somebody from the Rotary at any time, and we'd be willing to go pick up a donation, or you could drop it off at the Bank of Scotiabank or at one of the other.
And you have a Facebook page for?
We do. We have a Rotary Club Facebook page as well, so you can leave us a message there.
Okay, it's on the screen right now. Judy and I are heading to New York in December, and I think I may be shopping for a hamburger
I don't think I'll need to buy a purse in New York. I think I'm going to buy one there.
Yeah.
I'll be up on the
I don't
stage
blame you.
trying to say, can I bid on that?
Yeah, really.
I usually fight for yours every year.
Well,
so
I try to, like I said, I do take my pain in getting something that I love, so that it will attract other people to bid.
Exactly.
You know what? I'd be happy with any
Aren't
of
they
these.
gorgeous?
I know, they're all beautiful.
I love
And we
this.
really thank all of the people and the companies and the businesses that are donating towards us this year. It's just been phenomenal. And we still have less than 2 weeks to go for
I know.
donations. So
I'm
and
glad
we're
since you
doing
told me I'm
really
going to be
well.
auctioning off. I'm glad now that you gave me 2 weeks warning.
Yeah, really, you can prepare.
I'm not.
You'll be fine.
I'll fill this with something besides water.
Well, we really want to thank you, Stacey, for everything that you're doing with Rotary, for everything that's to come. And we want to make sure that you get out and support. If it's not, the bags and bubbles, then there's always something with Rotary going
for
on.
sure.
Whether
We
it's
have,
Chatham or Newcastle,
We have Pizza for Polio Day coming up on Wednesday
Okay.
in the Miramichi, where most of the pizza businesses around Miramichi are donating $1 towards every large pizza that you purchase on Wednesday.
Okay.
And the Rotary will match that 2 to 1.
How nice is that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Great
so I know
idea.
what I'm having for supper on Wednesday.
Yeah, me too now.
Yeah, good to know. Okay. So,
Great.
really, folks, get out there, get your tickets to Bags and Bubbles. That's it, Bags and Bubbles.
Bags and Bubbles.
And
yeah.
it's at the Miramichi exhibition this year.
It is, and we did that because the event is getting bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
And this facility will hold 250, where
Right.
it's the most we've ever sold for tickets.
Amazing.
And they're over half sold already. So
I believe it.
We're expecting a sell.
Thank you so much, Stacey. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. We love you. Have a snuggle for us. Thanks from all of us at Have a Chat.